Rated M for mature.
Good afternoon, good evening. Thank you for tuning in. We are the Super Barley Brothers. I am Jerry, Twitter at JD_Chef. In our left corner, we have the PlayStation fanboy.
Hi, I'm Scott, and you can reach me on Twitter, Blip42FL1D42.
In the right corner, we have the Xbox fanboy.
My name is Ian. I am at Fiend75002 at Twitter.
And always reffing, we have the Brewmaster.
I am John at Unix42PH03 NIX42.
Here we go!
Shaka Khan, there we go. Okay, now we're live. Good evening, everybody. Oh, my voice is wrecked. I'm sorry. I was at a soccer game last night, and anyone that's been to a sporting event with me knows that I am loud and obnoxious when I get drunk at sporting events, so you will hear my voice crack numerous times. My name is Ian Fuck, I can't even talk. My name is Ian Fiend75002, you know, this is episode 14. We're just going to kind of dive right into it. We're just going to do a generic type of fairly short. We're going to try to keep it really short episode. We're just going to dive into it. What I've been drinking, let's just go ahead and get that out of the way, is Franziskaner doing the Hefe-Weisse right now, or is that the Weisenberg? Whichever. I got the Dunkel. Yeah, I got the Dunkel sitting on the side, ready to go as well. So that's what I'm drinking tonight. Who's next?
I'll go ahead and go next. I am drinking a Maillard's Odyssey, finishing off the remainder of the the beer camp series. Not the band camp series, the beer camp series, and it is phenomenal.
Wow, that's the last one in your beer camp series already?
Yep.
Wow, you went through that good.
And I actually found another box of the beer camp over at Kroger, and I almost bought it.
See, I've been looking for that. Which Kroger did you find that at?
That was over off of Eldorado, Custer.
Yeah, for 12 beers, $25, can't go wrong.
It is a Hefeweizen, okay. For some reason, I'm sitting here looking at it thinking it was a different... No, well, it doesn't look like a Hefeweizen.
So I am very far behind on the beer camp series. I am having tonight the Yvan the Great, which is a collaboration with Russian River. When I saw that name, I knew it sounded familiar, and I knew that they were the ones that made Pliny the Elder. So, giving this a shot, it's a Belgian blonde. Not too bad. It's the best one that I've had so far. But again, I've only had the IPL and one other one I don't even remember. I probably don't want to remember.
You'll get there.
Yeah.
So that leaves our last person, Jerry.
This is a Hale's Ale, Brian's Harvest Ale.
Hale's Ale.
somebody handed that off to me that's not a beer drinker, and it was at their house. It's kind of like an Oktoberfest, I believe.
Oh, did you notice some Oktoberfests are now coming out, along with some pumpkin beers are starting to show up?
Mm-hmm.
Way early. Just like retail and Christmas season. Way early.
Well, you know that they've already got the Spirit Halloweens up and running.
Oh, yeah. Actually, they had one up last month over there off of 121 in Custer.
Yep.
It used to be a Best Buy, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
The one I took Jerry to pre-order one of his Assassin's Creed games.
Yep, they are up, running, and open.
I need to go hit them up, see if I could get some helmets for my son and mine's costumes.
What are you guys doing?
Boba Fett and Jango Fett.
Oh, that's going to be so fucking sick.
Mm-hmm. If I can pull it off to where it doesn't look like shit.
Photos.
Yeah, we'll get photos done and throw them up on the site. He'll have his helmet on though, because I don't want these creepy ass people of the internet seeing my son.
Just make sure he's helmeted at that point in time.
That's what I'm saying. He's going to be helmeted. So, all right. So we've gone over what we're drinking. You know, actually, let me just touch base real quick. So last night I was at the FC Dallas soccer game. That was my first live soccer game to go to. It was an interesting experience. I really enjoyed it. We won 3-1. I'm sure I would be singing a different tune if we had lost. But in there, they actually had one of the little bars that was like a craft beer kind of thing where you could walk up. Now, this is more, the beers that they had were more of the higher end, like macro-y type of craft beers. Like, it said Shock Top across the top, and then you had like Goose Head and some other ones. I had ended up having the Longhammer IPA last night. And that was my first time having it. It was pretty good, but just the fact that it started to become a point where venues like that will make sure to have at least one little bar that does that type of beer. That's actually making it a lot more enjoyable for me to go to events like this. Now, granted, I closed the night out with an $8 Bud Light because who was the closest guy to me, and I wanted to get back to my seat as quick as possible. But I like having those options where now I can actually go and get a real beer. Granted, I am still paying like almost a full 6-pack price for a beer at a stadium or anything along those lines. But yeah, I just thought I'd throw that out there. If you're ever in Frisco and watch an FC Dallas game, or you're at that Toyota thing, they've got some pretty good beers down there.
Nice.
Well, it's good to know. I kind of wish I would have went Friday night. I guess Frisco's starting to become the craft beer area because the Rough Riders game Friday night had a craft beer night, and they had Goose Island. I mean, they're really not craft beer per se, but Franconia was there. Sierra Nevada, which, whatever, if you want to consider them craft as well. But it's pretty... Sierra Nevada.
Of course they're craft. They led the craft revolution.
Well, so did Pabst Blue Ribbon, but
I mean, come on, man.
But see,
I don't.
No, because Sierra Nevada's not owned by anybody else. Pabst is.
But they weren't originally when they first started.
Yes,
everybody you could say that Budweiser was craft beer when they started in 1800 or whatever.
You could never say that they were.
They were never mass marketed like they are today.
But there was no craft to it. It was a single.
At the start, you'd think that they
single formula.
Mm-hmm.
And let's just say that Franconia doesn't have a single formula to make their beer.
They do for their different beers.
Exactly.
Their formula at Budweiser and Anheuser-Busch or whatever the other one is they're changing formula, changing the shape of the bottle and the color of the sticker. They don't change
now that
anything.
They're mass marketed, right? But when they first, I don't know. To me, it's like Sierra Nevada. If I could find it in a local grocery store that is not a beer store, I don't really consider them true.
No, you can't say that.
Yeah, because I was about to say I buy Franconia at Kroger, so.
Well,
exactly.
Okay, all right. I'll rephrase what I just said, and I'll say that I think that if you cannot get it out of state, you can get Sierra Nevada in any state almost in the United States.
There's your keyword, almost. But that doesn't necessarily mean anything. Because Franconia is only limited by their distribution platform. That's the only thing that limits Franconia.
Makes them true craft, in my opinion.
Not necessarily. Craft has a very defined definition by the Craft Brew Association, and
what is that definition?
It's based on the amount of the number of barrels you produce per year.
So
now, I don't have those
commercialized or not, right?
Not necessarily.
John, shut up a second and let him talk. Or Scott. Oh, damn it. Okay. Yeah, I spent the entire weekend drunk. John, keep going. Scott, shut the fuck up.
So yes, Sierra Nevada is still craft. Sam Adams is still craft. Now, are they getting to the point where they are getting bigger than what the Craft Brew Association considers craft? Yes, and they're having to amend the rules for it.
Yes, so they are changed the rules that are originally in place.
Shinerbach's not craft, I'm sorry.
No, I said Sam Adams.
Sam Adams isn't either.
No, they're not.
They are craft.
Well, okay, you know what? If they have to amend the rules, that means somebody is snobbing on a canal.
Exactly, John. It's called rehashing and realigning the... I don't know. Like, the whole thing that started this with me was when Goose Island got bought out. I don't think they're craft anymore. Goose Island got bought out by...
They get bought out by the big three. They're not craft anymore.
But they are. But they're supposedly still referred to as craft beer.
Yeah, I don't. To me, it all depends on who owns it and the accessibility of it. If it's overly accessible, then you're kind of skirting that line of no longer being craft and being more of a macro. If it's one of these things where, like St. Arnold's, a good portion of their beers are seasonal beers. So I'm going to go ahead and say that they are full-on craft. Like Warsteiner is not a craft beer because they have their one. Well, they have their Maine, their Dunkel, and then their Oktoberfest, and that's all that I know of. As far as I'm aware, they're a better beer, but they're still technically, in my eyes, a mass-produced, so closer to a macro brew than anything else. But then again, I say that, and then Unibrew, one of my favorite breweries from up in Canada, a lot of their stuff is mass sold. I mean, you could get Unibrew at Kroger in bombers or in 4-packs, so it's. I don't know. To me right now, and this is my ignorance talking. It all depends on what parent company owns you. If it's Anheuser-Busch or Budweiser, you're not macro or micro.
Yeah.
Craft. You're not craft. God damn it! I don't know what I'm talking about.
And you're right. I would agree with that. I would agree with that as well. If a big three owns you, it's game over.
So. Damn it, what was I going to say? Anybody have anything else that they've recently drunk that just knocked the fucking socks off of them? Drank?
Yes. John, go into detail about this because I totally forgot all the stages that we had. Speaking of craft brewing, the Sam Adams Latitude 48 that we had.
Oh, the deconstructed 48?
Yes.
Oh, look. Sam Adams.
Craft
beer.
Brewing. Go ahead, talk about this. So.
All right, so we had the deconstructed Latitude 48. Matt had brought this over for us, and what it is when they create the deconstructed, it's all 6 beers, all using the same base malt bill, and then they will put in 1 hop for the entire brew session. So they'll have one that was Hallertag, one that was Mosaic, one that was Simcoe, one that was who am I thinking of?
I'm sorry. Simcoe. Is that a type of hop or is that?
Yeah, that's the variety of hop.
Okay.
Now the Mosaic is probably one of the sweeter, more pineapple-y type hops.
Incredible.
And it is phenomenal. Now, there's a local brew that's done using just Mosaics, and it's Community.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they do a Mosaic IPA. And that's all they
buy.
use is just the Mosaic.
I think that's what I had.
But the Mosaic, oh my God, when I smelled Mosaic maybe about a year or 2 ago, when it was first being kind of introduced to market, I was over at the homebrew store. A guy busts open the pack. I think it was the last one he had in the store. He busted open. He takes some of the pellets and he grinds them up in his hands. He's like, "Here, take a sniff," and it was one of the most incredible smells. It was just beautiful.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I need to sit higher up because when I start talking, I'm like way out of my own camera frame, and then I need to be up here so that everybody could see my lovely hair.
But it was really an interesting thing personally to me because I've never done a true beer stage testing of the different stages, and then we got that final product with all of the hops into that Latitude 48. It reminded me a lot of I've done a Johnny Walker whiskey tasting where they did all 5 stages of the whiskey, and from beginning to end, and the actual different flavors that you get out of each, and that was really cool. So it was a good experience that we had when we drank that. It was unique. I was glad that Sam Adams did it. I actually, for any other breweries, I would love that if they would do something else like that because it makes for more conversation, more uniqueness, and being able to pretty much experience the different tastes of how a beer goes through the stages and everything. I thought it was cool.
Very good stuff.
Also, I forgot to throw this out there. A couple of weeks ago, me and Sean got out to Square Burger here in McKinney and actually got our hands on a couple of bottles of, well, didn't get our hands on them. We had to drink them. It was St. Arnold's Bishop Barrel.
Yes, you did. You did. That was in a Woodford Reserve, wasn't it? That's what it was.
I believe so. I had 2 of them.
How was it?
It was great. I really liked it. Do I remember a lot of it? But here's the thing: is I got signed up for their flight night. What the fuck are you? Get the hell out of here! I got signed up for their. I think they called it a flight night or something along those lines, where they're going to do They've had all of the previous 6 barrels, Bishop barrels, aging in their back, and they're going to do a flight night where they have people come in, and you'll do 4 ounces of each of them.
Oh, that'd be good
When
stuff.
is this, and how do you sign up for this, and where is it at?
Just go to Square Burger and tell them that you want to sign up for their mailing list.
Holy crap.
They should be able to set you up for that. Now, I haven't seen an email come through, so it might have been one of these things where they had it already, and they looked at the amount of names that they had on that mailing list, and they're like, there's too many people here. We're not going to invite everybody. So, but they still, last time I was out there, they still had Bishop's Barrel number 2 that's not, something that they're held back for aging. They're still selling it to the public. So if you go there, I'm sure if you're like, do you still have any Bishop Barrel 7? If they do, they'll sell it to you. Because, I mean, the lady, when we went there, we looked at the board, and they only had number 2 listed on the board. And Sean was like, let's go hit this other pub down the street that probably has it. And I go, hang on a second. Lady comes over, and I go, you guys got Bishop Barrels number 7? And her eyes got, like, really wide. And she's like, I haven't even announced that we've got that yet. I was like, okay, well, can we have it? And she's like, yeah. And, of course, I finished it slowly. I mean, so slow that I could taste every temperature change. It's not good when it gets past that 55 degrees. Like the other way, like 56, 57 degrees. Because I had to eat, but I wasn't going to wash it down with that beer because it's such a good beer. So it sat alone while I was eating my burger. Good burgers. Fantastic fucking burgers, by the way. So it wasn't really all that good. And then afterwards, she comes over, she's like, can I get you something else? I was like, well, could I order another one? And she goes, oh, I'm not going to hoard it. Yeah, you want another one, I'll bring it out to you. So it wasn't like a one per person.
Good to know. That's awesome. So, I forgot about that experience that you had. John and I had a nice experience a week ago where we actually got to go to Lakewood Brewing's 2nd anniversary and had some rare beers. So they had it at a bar, and John, you'll have to. Why don't you talk about this, because you know more about this than I do, where this bar was, why it resembles Lakewood's history.
Oh, good friend.
About that, yeah.
Yeah, good friend burger down in, I guess, technically Dallas Garland area.
Said North Dallas, but yeah.
Yeah, it's just south of 635, but it's over on the east side of White Rock. But
is Lakewood
that's where
local?
Lakewood is local. They're in Garland.
Yeah.
Oh, are they really? Oh, wow.
You have to do a tour.
Well, I still have to do a Franconia tour.
Holy shit. Okay.
They're in my backyard. Still haven't gone.
All right. Yes, they are. All right, never mind.
But no, at any rate, yeah, Lakewood's actual brewery location is north on, it's not Jupiter.
All right, John.
Jupiter.
Location, GPS, or anything like that.
Yeah,
they're in Garland. Off of 635.
They're north on 635. Good Burger was south. The Good Burger is the very first place that Lakewood sold their very first keg. Good friend, whatever. Good friend, Good Burger.
Good Burger. I remember that movie.
Good Burger. Welcome to Good Burger. Can't take your order.
No, that's where Lakewood sold their first keg of beer. So they've held their 1st and 2nd anniversary parties there now. Yeah, and so of course they had that was the first day release of their Lion's Share 2, which was a wild ale. Sour.
Very sweet sour.
Berliner Weiss. It's a Berliner Weiss. It's not even an ale.
That's right. Sorry. Yes, a Berliner Weiss. It was incredible. Very sweet. Very fruity. Had that to kick it off with, and then we had...
Did you seriously just say that a sour was very sweet, very fruity?
Yes, he did.
Yes.
So it wasn't very sour?
It was sour.
I don't... That's the thing. I could eat anything sour, and it doesn't really have that sour texture to me, like Shock Tarts or whatever they call it, Warheads. Yeah. I don't...
Really sour, though.
Personally, it doesn't give me that, crazy
tart effect.
Yeah, the tart feeling. Yeah. I don't get that. It's sweet to me.
Because I have had one sour in my entire beer drinking existence, and that kind of sullied me on it. I mean, if I can't just get like a brief little taste of it, I don't want a full glass of it because I don't want to waste beer.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I used to not be a fan of sours, just because number one, they're weak, and number two, I really just got a really dry taste to it, like a wine, like a dark red almost. So I didn't really like anything that left me with a cotton mouth. But
we gonna do that again?
But this is actually really good, and the one that I had before this anniversary party was the Love Child number 4, and that was incredible. And Jerry thought it tasted like apple vinegar, which was hilarious when we had him sip it. But anyways,
I don't think he thought it was very hilarious.
I did not think it was hilarious at all.
No, I just like the reaction. That's why I was laughing my ass off.
It was disgusting.
Oh, Scott, you're
Your taste buds are jacked up. That's what I think it is.
And that's what I think it probably is.
Well, yeah, years of eating those Warhead sour candies, you've jacked up your taste buds.
And chicharrones.
Yeah.
A lot of spicy pork rinds.
Spiky pork rinds. Yeah, okay.
Spiky. So they had a lot of rare brews that they experimented with. The one that I really wanted to try, but unfortunately we were not able to because the carbonation was fucked up and they were getting nothing but foam out of it, was the Bourbon Barrel Punkel.
Oh.
So wanted to be able to try that, but we waited about 3 hours and they still were saying that they were getting nothing but foam out of it, and I was like, fuck it. So we did have some good beers, so we had the Line Share 2, of course, and then I had Bourbon Barrel 2013, of course. You can never go wrong with that. And, oh, shit. And then, John, you had, what did you have? The Randalized with Ancho Chilies?
It was the Mole Temptress.
But it was Randalized or something like that,
It was Randalized
right?
with additional chilies, yeah.
Tell me about that Temptress, please.
Well, you've had Temptress before.
Yes.
This had a mole base to it.
Okay.
So
I'm an idiot.
What's mole?
What's mole?
Mole is a Mexican chocolate sauce paste that you can do pretty much anything in. Mole chicken, mole enchiladas. It's just a base that you can use for a series of Mexican dishes. So they put that as a base into the Temptress. And so you got the spicy notes coming off, you got the chocolate, you got more chocolate that was coming off the Temptress than you already get initially. And then when you Randalize, you've had Randalized before, haven't you, Ian?
Not that I'm aware of. Not that's been like completely called out to me before.
So basically with the Randalizer, the beer goes into the Randalizer, and the Randalizer's PVC pipe, and then it has 2 chambers in it. One's usually ice to help kind of cool everything down. The other one is the Randalization tube, and you can put anything in there that you want. You can put, hell, think of it. You can put fruit, you can put chilies, you can put anything in there. The beer goes through the Randalizer. It picks up those additional flavors, the oils and whatnot, and then it's dispensed into your bottle or into your glass. So that's Randalizing.
Okay.
So
That had a kick to it. It was.
they basically
It
set
reminded
up
me
additional
of
chili.
a kicked-up version of the Bible Belt. If you ever got a chance to try
Oh yeah. I had that one.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
spicier version of the Bible Belt.
that, absolutely spicier, but on the same par as far as chocolatey coffee flavors go. They also had what was that, lemon ginger?
Till and Toil.
Yeah, thank you, Till and Toil. I didn't get. I'm not a big saison.
Did they change the formula of that Till and Toil? Because I swear I've had Till and Toil before in a bottle.
It was casked.
Oh, okay.
A lot of casks. Oh yeah, we had the also. What was it? Tequila barreled. Fuck. Was that the tequila barrel Till and Toil? Because they had 2 different versions, I thought.
They had
Shit, I wish I had their menu up. Fucking
Magdala.
going blank.
Did
Yeah,
you get a picture of it?
Magdalena. Yeah, hold on. I got Untapped up real quick. Hold on just a
No.
second.
Didn't you take a picture of it, or was that?
No, I
Q?
did not. That was Q. But Magdalena is a tequila barrel-aged La Dame du Lac.
The Dame du Lac.
Or, yeah, La Dame du
Qu'est-ce
Lac.
que c'est?
Did you ever have the La Dame when it came out in bottle?
I don't think so.
That was
If
a beer
not,
to
I've got
guard,
some at the
and it
house.
was incredible. Yeah, it's great. They tequila barrel-aged that, and that had a very nice tequila flavor to it. That was probably... You always get bourbon barrel flavors out of your stouts and everything. This is the first time I've ever had it tequila barreled, and it was surprisingly, I'd almost have to say it was a little bit barreled than some of the barrel that I've had. It was good.
Happen.
Yeah. So it was really cool. Like we were talking about earlier with craft beer, it's amazing to see that this little hole-in-the-wall bar was the place that sold Lakewood's first keg of beer, and then 2 years later, there was literally 700 people, at least by the time we left, that were just chilling outside in tents in 100-degree weather. It just proves to you that people are supporting not only local businesses, but quality now.
Yeah, and that people are alcoholics.
Hey, man, you get a good time.
Hey, I just admitted to you that I've been drunk the entire weekend, so, you know.
That's okay. You go to a soccer game, you got to be drunk.
Mm-hmm. No, I was at a pool hall on Friday, so, you know, pool's not fun if you're not drunk.
That or darts.
See, to me, darts are a little dangerous if I'm drunk. I've played once where I hit off the board and it actually ricocheted and came back, and the dart landed at my shoe, like right there. So it's like one of those things where it's like, if I'm drinking, I'm not playing darts because I'm gonna take somebody's eye out.
We'll need to talk about sharp objects on another podcast and John's trip to the ER.
No, this
wait,
is
was
never
that?
going to.
Wait. Was that when?
Yeah, we do need to talk about it. It relates to drinking and it relates to video games, so it has to be discussed on another episode.
Was it with a knife or was it with a hatchet?
It was with a knife. It was with a steak knife.
We're not having this conversation.
Yes, we will on another episode. All of our most embarrassing things that have happened to us while we're drunk will be discussed on another episode of Super Barley Brothers.
Oh, come on. How many corners have I christened of you guys' backyards? I mean, I know I've done my bushes at least 2 or 3 times. So.
Oddly enough, mine never.
Well, no, because... All right, Jerry, how many times have I thrown up in your house or out around your house?
I lost count about
I think
10 years ago.
All three of us have thrown up either in or outside of Jerry in his wife's house.
Yeah, but I make a spectacle of it.
Oh no, trust me, I think I might be able to trump yours.
Oh boy, that's what my house is known for.
Well, see,
I
like
great vodka in one of their bedrooms all over a wall.
Oh God, I kindly forgot about
Steve.
that, and you had to remind me. Thank you.
Whoa, wait a second.
Another episode. We don't have time to discuss all of our.
We'll turn that into an outcat.
This house or the old house?
Their house. Their new house. Their house currently.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no more Bloody Marys for you, my friend.
Never.
That was Bloody Marys. No, that was the ER visit after Olive Garden. This was actually great vodka New Year's Eve.
Oh my God.
So that's 2 times.
Well, I didn't throw up at your house that time. I threw up actually in Olive Garden. Remember?
Yeah.
It was we don't need to. Hold on. We'll talk about that later.
So we've gotten sidetracked, everybody. Let's go ahead and get this thing back on track. So we've talked about the wonderful beers we've been drinking. Jerry, we didn't hear from you at all. Has there been anything that's been inside your gullet lately that you wanted to talk about?
No.
Come on, sure you do.
I mean, I tried those IPA deconstructions with y'all.
Yeah.
I was proud of you. Proud of you.
There was one that I definitely didn't like, and that's probably why I don't like IPAs normally.
You know, to be honest with you, Jerry, at first I didn't like IPAs either, but then I was hanging out with my guys from Cobra Kai, and they're all big IPA drinkers, so it was kind of one of these things where they would bring something in to, you know, share with the group. I'm like, I'll like 2 of us start drinking at the exact same time. They would always bring IPAs around, and it's one of these things where eventually it got to the point where it's like, okay, well, you know, I'm starting to notice the subtle flavors and things along those lines. Of course, now the problem is I've had IPAs for so long that a Hefe-Weisse doesn't taste like it used to.
Yeah. Palate's changed, so I'm sure I'll like it more later.
We'll give you 6 more years.
If you choose to. It's, you know, we're not going to force it down your throat at any given point.
Oh, I appreciate that.
I can't necessarily attest to that statement. I might.
Well, if you brew it, John, we will force it down his throat. And then it goes silent. Okay, so switching gears here, let's go ahead and jump onto games that we're playing since I'm the one already talking. I'm going to go ahead and go first. So I recently played through episode 4 of season 2 of The Walking Dead, and I am really concerned for episode 5. I'm not going to go into great... Story-wise, I can't wait to see what happens. Monetarily-wise, I'm apprehensive to the fact that I'm afraid when I download episode 5, it's just going to be a screen that says, "We got y'all money, motherfucker."
So
I like how you put that.
I'm glad that you're talking about this. So I have not bought season 2 because I thought season 1 was good, and I'm not to say that I wasn't excited to hear about season 2, but I just wasn't
excited to hear about
season 2. I felt like it did what it needed to do. Now,
I can agree.
How would you compare season 2? Like, it's hard that you have to compare it, but
No. See, I know where you're coming from because, see, when I played season 1, it was one of these things where you played as Lee and you were taking care of Clementine. So for someone in our particular situation where we have children, it's very easy to put yourself in that position.
Sure.
In season 2, you're only playing as Clementine. I'm not going to go into why. But it is one of these things where, because of certain situations that she goes through, I've had to play her like a bitch. Like, she has had to be, like, totally an asshole to a lot of people. Ooh, excuse me. There was, in fact, and I'm not going to get into character names or anything along those lines because this late into the season, everything I say is a spoiler. But there was a sequence in this particular episode where you were given the option to save A or B. Well, A was right here. B was 10 feet below me. There's no choice there, okay? Because if I go for B, I'm going down into the belly of the beast to save somebody, and that's...
Man, see, that takes me off because when you're talking about saving A or B, now you remember I think it was episode 1 of season 1.
Yes.
You had A or B with Duck or other dudes.
Yeah.
But they were literally 2 feet away from each other.
Mm-hmm.
So there is logic behind who are you going to save?
Now, here's the thing that pisses me off. In episode 1 of season 1, in that particular situation, you're standing there next to Duck's dad. So why would Duck's dad go to Duck while I go to the other fucker that's trapped underneath the fucking thing? And why does Kenny got to get all bent out of shape about it?
I asked the same exact question because I was like, the fuck, is this guy an invalid or something? Can he not move? I mean, was he that shocked to see a walker? What? I mean,
but then again, he turns around and he starts, "You didn't save my boy." It's like, no, I didn't. You were standing right fucking next to me. You weren't running the grill. You didn't have fire in your hand or some shit. Go grab him. Fuck, this dude was over here. Herschel was way the fuck back here, so he was
taking his shit in the outhouse. What are you talking about? No, that's the thing. I have it. I'll buy it when it's on sale, but yeah.
No, and it is one of these things where I kind of wish I had waited until they were all out so that I could play through them all in one go. But there have been some points like this cliffhanger that this last episode ended on. Usually what happens is after an episode is over, the credits will run, and at the end of the credits you'll get a trailer that says, next time on The Walking Dead. I didn't get one for this one. And I'm not going to go into what happened, but that's why I'm saying I'm concerned that I'm going to turn on episode 5 and it's going to be like, "We got your money, motherfucker, fuck off." But I'm still going to play it. So far, unless episode 5 comes out and just really, really digs into me, if they do a season 3, I'm not going to buy the season pass. I'm going to wait. Let's see how it goes. Season 1, because Season 1 was so good, was the only reason why I bought the Season Pass for Season 2. Now, granted, I talk a whole big bunch of shit about, you shouldn't buy a Season Pass, but that's when it comes to map packs and things that are dolled out in that way. This is a game that's done episodically, and it saved me one episode for free. And
that's exactly where I see the difference. I would not refer to these as season passes because you are buying a game.
Well,
it's a time-released game. Yes, you could buy each episode separately. I get that.
But see, this is the only spot where the term season pass makes sense. If you use it for Call of Duty, that's bullshit. It should just be like a master pass or an access pass or premium, like what Battlefield uses, because when you buy into premium, you get all the fucking bells and whistles.
Right.
But yeah, no, this would be the only thing that I would do season passes for. But yeah, it's now I played the first episode of the Wolf Among Us, like back when the first episode came out. Xbox or Microsoft had it for free for a period of time, so I got that, played it, was like, all right, I'll probably play this, and I have a friend that's playing through it, and I had her like kind of give me like, should I wait till this episode's out? And then I haven't bought a single episode since that. Well, I played the first one, but I haven't really felt the need to go back and play any of them.
Dude.
And part of it is seeing now with all the, and I know I'm kind of skipping ahead a little bit, with all the HD or upgraded remasters that we're seeing come from 360 and PS3 to PS4 and Xbox One. What's the point? I might as well just wait to see if, one, it comes to the Xbox One, and two, if it gets offered up as a games with gold for free.
If they bring those games to the current gen consoles, they better do a cross-buy. They should not. Dude, give me a break. How are they going to fucking HD those types of games? You can't.
No, you can't, but you are able to sell the game to the audience that missed it on the first run-through. And they've already...
Again, like I said, if you purchased it, though, you should get it at no charge. It should be a cross-buy.
It should be, all across the board. It should be, for Sony and for Microsoft.
So I should get my Halo remastered and I should get a new Xbox?
No, we're talking about Walking Dead.
And Wolf Among Us, which, by the way, John, just real quick to throw this in here, you're a huge fairy tale fan. I have been told
Not quite sure how I want to take that.
No, the fairy tale comics with the Grimm series and everything.
Yes.
This is based off of the werewolf, the Red Riding Hood.
It's actually based off of the comic book Fables.
Yes, Fables. Thank you. And I have been told after this last episode that they did for their first season, or whatever you want to call it, is incredible. And like, if you being a fan, you would fall in love with it head over heels. So something to look at. It is on Steam, so check it out if it ever goes on sale.
Yeah, throw that on your wish list.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Buy the season pass and get all the episodes for like $1 or $2. So, okay, that out of the way, I'm excited about playing episode 5. That'll be one of the ones that as soon as I hear it's out, because 4 just recently came out, like maybe 2 weeks ago. Right. So I've got like 2 months before, maybe 2 months, maybe a month. At shortest, 2 months at longest, before I get to play episode 5. But I'm stoked because it's kind of gotten into some weird places where it could. Damn, excuse me. Fuck, excuse me. Pardon me. I'm just really sorry. Where it could end in a very, very good, place to where it's a really well thought out story. Let's see, what else have I been playing? Of course, I've been playing Watch Dogs. I'm currently going through that. You can see my chunks of my playthroughs thrown up on YouTube. I'm not throwing up all of them. I'm going to put gaps in there, that way Ubisoft doesn't come to me and be like, hey, motherfucker, you showed the entire game or something along those lines. I did recently upload a video where I did a boss fight where Jesus Built My Hot Rod by Ministry was playing in the background, and that was the most exciting boss fight I think I've ever had in my entire life, to the point where and Scott, you'll know what I'm talking about when you jump outside of the fence.
Dude, I watched your gameplay.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you see me lose my
shit? Dude. When I heard you say that you were going to lose your shit, I was like, I think I know what he's talking about. I was like, dude, I'm telling you, highlight of the game right there.
That one? Okay, because I got to the point where I was cackling like the Joker. I was throwing bombs up and hacking them just as they're like head level with other people.
I was like, shit, I didn't even think to do something like that.
God, it was fucking awesome. Of course, then again, in that same stream, coming up in the next few days, I'm going to upload a video where I actually lose a little control of my rage in front of the camera, and I'm none too happy with myself. So
you just got to rage quit.
No, I finished the boss fight.
Don't go into too many details.
No, I'm not.
John's playing it right now, actually.
I got real close to spiking the control. Let me put it to you this way: I ended up with a bruise on my leg. So,
oh man, I can't wait to see that.
I'll just throw that out there. So I've been playing a lot of Watch Dogs. Again, basically, where'd he go?
Where'd he go?
There he goes. There he is. Hi, Jerry. I've been playing a lot of that. All right, thank you. Jerry just flipped me off for our audio listeners. Massive finger. So I've been playing a lot of that. Got that done. The other night I had a really bad day at work, so I came home and had a few drinks and played some Wolfenstein again. Still a really good game. You guys should definitely pick it up on the cheap if you're...
Yeah, Andrea was looking forward to seeing that video.
Oh, really? All right. Well, I'll pull that one down.
Like I told you, she enjoys watching you kill people.
That's kind of creepy, but okay.
Especially for a 9-month pregnant woman.
That's actually quite frightening now.
I know, right?
So I've been playing. I played, one stream of that. Trials Evolution, Trials Fusion. Yeah, Fusion has its first DLC pack came out. Only had about like 8 tracks or something along those lines to it. So I went ahead and downloaded that. And for those of you who have played Trials Fusion, there is a challenge on one of the maps called Acid Test that me and my cousin D almost completed the other day. Basically, what it is so if you ever play Trials Fusion, when you start on any of the primary levels, the ones that are created by the guys that made the game, and it looks like you have the ability to back up, always back up, because there's usually something that will trigger into some type of a different trial. Like there was one where it like moves the camera from the side, and it actually moves the camera back behind the driver, and you have to complete the level. No, because you're still like over the shoulder, but you're way back over the shoulder.
Oh, okay.
There was one where the rider disappears, so it's all based on the bike. You have no more physics from the rider. There's all sorts of other ones, but so what Acid Test does is you back up into this flow of acid, and it does exactly what the wonderful drug LSD would do. It actually makes the color, it makes the screen all like bright and vibrant in different colors, but then it also goes in a clockwork rotation motion the entire time.
Oh, God.
The entire time. And this is a hard level. Not an easy level, not a medium level, a hard level. So you have to like time every like really like scrutinizing jump that you got to look at. You got to time it so that it comes that you're starting to do it right as it's leveling out in your field of vision. Now, it's not a slow rotation. It is a fairly quick rotation. So by the end of it, I had paused it at least 18 times and had to stop, turn around, and stare at the back wall in this room and watch the wall kind of do that weird spinny shit until I felt comfortable going back to it. We had gotten so close to it, and then I was playing it, and my thumb slipped off of the stick and hit the reset stage button.
Oh,
yeah.
Dude, I want to watch you record that and just see your eyes on the camera.
Oh, yeah, it seemed like something.
Dude, I just want to watch your eyes. Up close. That'd be awesome.
I'm not that close with the camera.
No, I know, but you should have it like on some kind of mount or something where you can do like, just watch your eyes go.
Yeah, no, because then I'd have to like sit with the Kinect like right against my nose.
I'm just messing with you.
But that was right. That was fun. I enjoy going back to that, and their DLC packs are only like $5. Of course, again, there's not that much to it, but it does unlock more for the community use and the community-made tracks, which I haven't been back to those in a long time. I'm going to have to do a stream where I just play community tracks again. Other than that, Titanfall had a new map pack that dropped, I want to say about a week and a half ago, somewhere along those lines.
Was it the base?
Do what?
I said, was it the base?
Oh, stupid. But
I've got my moments.
Yeah, very few and far between. So and that's one of those games where it's like I could play it for such a long time, and then get into something else like Watch Dogs or Wolfenstein, and then go back to it, and I still just have a fucking blast. Not like Call of Duty Ghost, you stupid fucking whore. Oh, I hate that game. Where, I got friends that are like, hey, let's play some Call of Duty Ghosts. It's like, dude, I hate the game. I've hated the game since I started playing it because the multiplayer is broken to all shit on that. Now, I'm not going to say that Titanfall doesn't have its problems when it comes to the multiplayer. There are a few problems here and there. But more often than not, it's a well-balanced game and things along those lines. There's none of this immediate spawn pop where there's one guy that's been sitting there for a good 5 minutes and I spawn right in front of him to where he could pop me in the back of the head. That's Call of Duty Ghost in a nutshell. and I'm not going to put any more money towards their DLC. I mean, they're going to get my $60 when this next one comes out because of Kevin Spacey and, I don't know, exoskeletons, Spartans, whatever you want to call them. But yeah, so I've been rambling on too long. What else? I'm still playing Animal Crossing when I take shits.
I hate you.
Fuck, you're still playing that?
Yeah. Why the fuck not?
You can't claim anything because all you do is when we were at QuakeCon, you were walking around with your little.
Hey, street passes are totally different than fucking Animal Crossing. I'm sorry.
I'm not fucking it.
Crossing?
I'm playing it.
All right.
I need to go back and like finish Bravely Default, but I've been spending way too much time on Animal Crossing. So, Jerry, we haven't heard from you much tonight. Let's have you go ahead and tell us what you've been playing.
I haven't been playing anything.
Oh.
I've been working on the website, the new graphics, the new videos, the organization of the YouTube.
Which, thank you,
There's
by the way.
no
Looks good.
video game playing going on.
Oh, we need to fix that. You need some time to play games.
Yes. You need to take a step back, play some games. Last thing we want you to do is not be partaking in what most of the conversation is here.
Yeah, well, I mean, we got to get the site up and running. We got to get YouTube where we can get some hits.
We got time.
Oh. No.
Says the man who enjoys posting beer-related stuff.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, go check out the website, superbarleybros.com. Lots of stuff on there. We've got links to all 4 of our gameplay videos, so if you want to follow a particular person, I also update the page to let you know what video game each one has been playing. So, you know, Ian will have on there Outlast and Watch Dogs and all of that, and once you know, we start posting more videos on there, I'll be adding those on there. Like John mentioned, he does some other stuff around brew, so there's an actual section on there for just beer. Obsidian is doing a new weekly thing for us in case you missed it, so news about video games or some craft brew stuff as well. He did mention Lakewood in his last one, and they're little short snippets, and he has links back to the actual article or whatever, but I really like his synopsis. I can just go through there and read it real quick, and I was like, oh, if I want more information, like on the Twitch thing, I went there and I started reading it and whatnot. So I really like that he's doing that. That's a cool feature, I think, that we're doing. And then, of course, you know, these podcasts and everything, what I do is I take notes and everything, and so there's more information like within the podcast post on our site. So like all the beers that we drink, you know, if you misheard it like I did with John's, I had to have him type it out for me. You know, you can actually see what beer we're drinking, and I try to put some more information on there, like what kind it is, what ABV, etc. And then we also write reviews or previews. Scott did a really good one on Doom from QuakeCon. If they're ones that we do like as a group, they'll have like a episode 14.1 or something like that where we talk about like the movie or the video game as a group. If they're just single one-off reviews, they're not an actual podcast episode or anything like that. Which, by the way, I'm really looking forward to Galaxy or Guardians of the Galaxy review.
Going next weekend.
We're going. John, are you going?
I do not know because that is going to be right on the cusp of having a child.
Well, you better tell your wife to plug it.
Well, she's also got another baby shower that day.
Well, yeah. Well, we got to work out something then. You got to see it because I want all of us to see it. Scott's been a nice guy and he's been shutting his trap about it.
Which
appreciate that, Scott.
Considering Scott.
I threatened him with testicle pain, so.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, so before we get on to the pain on my testicular area, you are aware I'm not going with you to see the movie, right?
Yeah, I know. But we're all going to see it.
Okay. I don't want to get hit in the balls with the nail bat.
Okay, well, you won't. And then, you know, I think that's all with the site. And I've been doing graphics, and I'm trying to redo our intros and outros. I'm trying to figure out annotations with YouTube and all that great stuff. So that's what I've been doing. Oh, and college and work and kid.
God damn, why are you trying to make me feel so small?
I just have to whip it out, and then...
You fucking asshole.
Yeah, well. So that's all I've got.
All right, well, somebody else start talking because I got to go get my next beer.
So sad. So sad.
What? What's sad?
It's not sad. It was a joke.
What was not sad, but that was a joke?
Never mind.
I'm confused.
Obviously. It's okay. It happens.
John, what have you been playing?
I have been playing Landmark.
The hell is Landmark, John?
I was for a little bit. Landmark is currently in beta right now, and Landmark is a semi-glorified version of... Well, I say semi-glorified. It's a glorified version of Minecraft. And the building / claim that I have actually lost because I did not pay my upkeep on it. Now, all of that stuff still exists. I still have it. I still own it.
No, you don't.
Yes,
No,
I
you
do.
Not. John, I spoke to my brother. When you do not pay your rent, you lose everything, even your property.
You lose your property, you lose your claim, you lose everything that you had attached to it, but there is an email sent to you that gives you access to all of the stuff that you would have lost. It is saved for you in an inventory, like a mailbox.
But you'd have to still rebuild it.
Yes, I would have to rebuild it, but there wasn't that much built to it.
Oh, I
The
heard you made
structure
like a
is
bunch
built.
of steps and everything.
Well, okay, so the structure is lost, but the components of the structure, the blocks, everything that I've mined, that is
all of
not
your
lost.
materials and items, sure, I get
Yeah.
that. That's fine. But you still have to spend the ton that you
Yes.
spent building to
Yes.
rebuild it right back, so you're pretty much doing what you've already done once.
I will, and that's okay. And I actually knew that I was going to let it lapse because I wasn't quite thrilled with the way that it was set up. But in
Okay.
the same regard, I didn't like physically where I was at on the map either.
But you know that you have to reclaim that property still. You better hope that nobody else took it.
That's fine if somebody else did. I'll just move down the road.
Oh, okay.
Because, like I said, I didn't like where that particular property was at.
Oh, okay.
So that's the reason why I had to let it lapse.
Hold on a second.
So yeah, talk about that a little bit, John.
Hang on. Let's see what
Oh,
Ian's got rocking.
All right, so, fucking glare. So I'm holding up my next beer, which is another Franziskaner. This is the Dunkel. Yes. the
Yum.
Dunkel. Yeah. So, what the hell was the last? I don't even know anymore. Okay, just thought I'd throw that out there.
It was the Hefe.
Yes, it was the Hefe. I
Yeah,
think.
you had the Hefe last.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
you
John
poured
talked about.
it. You poured it, and you said, "Oh, yeah, that looks like a Hefe."
Okay. Well, yeah, get back onto this Landmark game because I
Yeah.
came into that, and I've been watching you stream it, and you need to watch your chat when you're streaming. And keep
I don't even have chat up. See, when I'm running it, I don't have anything, and I've had so many problems with Twitch trying to run the stream on that. So I'm surprised it even was going through.
Do you have a dual monitor setup?
No,
Okay, really?
really, I am
So
the only
where am I
bastard in this. I'm the only bastard in this group not running a dual.
Bullshit.
Do you want a 19-inch 4x3?
Ugh.
That's your secondary monitor.
Well, I do appreciate the offer. when I get around to the keg build that will come in January, April-ish of this coming year, there will be a dual monitor setup.
God, I can't wait to see that fucking thing.
It's going to be fucking beautiful.
So
It's
are you
gonna
turning
be-
down something free because it's a 4x3, or it's a 19, or it's from me? Which one of those?
None of the above.
Sick burn.
Whatever.
See,
I tend to turn down a lot of free things. That's just my nature.
See, I ask because when I stream, even though the Xbox One, when you stream, you could have it so that your screen is like scooted off to the side. And you could have the chat there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't usually have enough people watching to where I feel it necessary to have that chat on my screen. So I have my laptop over, just off camera. Hi, puppy. Have the laptop just off camera where I have my chat open through dashboard. So
Yeah,
I mean,
and I could do that if I was smart, but that would require me actually bringing my laptop upstairs and plopping it down.
yes.
So I might. We'll see. I don't know. But yeah, at any rate, Landmark, it's a lot of fun. The graphics now, unfortunately, my computer and my lame ass card has a very hard time getting the graphics into place and making it play as well as it can. but it still plays to the point where I enjoy it. It's fun being able to build more freeform with curved designs and angles and stuff that you don't get in Minecraft. You can actually build this within Landmark. You have a larger area that people can't just come in and start griefing because they're a bunch of assholes. But
let me ask, because every now and then I would see where you were like mining, and they would actually, they would animate the young lady that you're playing as actually hitting the ground with her pickaxe or whatever,
yeah.
and then she would switch to this.
Yeah. So what's happening is you have multiple toolbars. You can have up to 10 toolbars, and when I switched over to my other toolbars, I was actually not working with tools. I was working with the landscape design and the what do I want to call it? Basically the world creation. And so you have that little yellow icon that shows up unless you're highlighting large areas. You have just that little yellow icon that shows up, and that's kind of your indicator of where you're at on the screen in three-dimensional space. And so her hand just kind of floats there as you're doing that.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I should have stated what I was doing with my hands, because I know at least a couple of us listen to this, and that left a huge gap. I was making the wavy things with my fingers because she looks like she's casting a spell on the ground or something along those lines.
It's like magic.
if you say so, because I ask about if you were watching your chat or something along those lines, because I got in there one night, was sitting there looking at it, I was like, what the fuck am I watching? Because I had no idea what you were doing. I was like, okay, he's gonna set up this wall, and it's gonna be like Orcs Must Die, where he's got this wall set up. Now all of a sudden something cool's gonna happen. Some bad guys are gonna come running in.
No.
Not a goddamn thing. I watched you for a good 30 minutes. I'm sitting there going, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, currently there are no NPCs. There are no other players that really attack you that I can tell.
I need to get this game.
It's in beta right now, but it's entertaining. It's fun. You have a large area. You can swim underneath the water, and you can mine underneath the water as well. Yeah, and you don't die because there's no
air
encounter. Yeah, pretty much. You're like a fish.
So the game really is. You have to think of it like Minecraft meets Sims, because what you're actually doing is you're building your own fortress, house, whatever you create in your landmark, you're actually creating for another game called Everquest Next that will be coming out. Those properties and things that you do, you'll be able to upload to their server in EverQuest Next, and you'll be able to have people download what you create, so user-created content, for free. If you think you're a bad enough person that you think you create some pretty worthwhile shit, you could charge real money. So that's somewhat of the future. My brother Sean is the one that hooked us up with these beta keys, and he actually said that future releases they've talked about also utilizing some type of tower defense where they will actually allow you to put cannons, to put watchtowers, stuff like that in your landmark that you claim, so that other people can attempt to overtake what you have claimed as your own. So pretty much you're defending your land, but we don't know if that's going to be in real time. We don't know if it's going to be turn-based. We don't know if it's going to be just dice roll or anything like that. But that is what their wish list is of what a future release is. Like John said, it's in beta, so it's in a good standard.
See, I don't know if I could call this beta or if it feels more alpha, because it feels very alpha.
It's in between, I think. I think it's in between. I think they just want to call it beta right now, but I think they just come off the cuff of being an alpha.
Yeah.
Those terms are just so fucking overused.
I know.
I mean, it's good. They've done a good job with it. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting in the way that you can design your level, because you're not just stuck with, okay, well, here's dirt, here's rock, here's this, here's that. There's different variations. If I mine stone, I have probably 25 to 30 variations of the type of product that I can put down. I can put down granite. I can put down rough granite. I can put down marble. Well, no, not marble, because I'd have to go and actually mine marble. But it's very interesting in the way that they've got this laid out. You can make it like a castle. You can make it very futuristic. You can make it a wood log cabin. So the possibilities are it's endless.
So earlier, you guys were talking about having to defend your land. Is it for
right
Agatha?
now,
Not right now.
Yeah,
you don't
right now
have
there's
to
actually
do that right
nothing
now.
to
That's
do.
a
You
future
fuckers drowned me out. I had a joke all lined up in
I heard
that.
the Agatha.
Oh boy, let's hear it.
I said you have to defend your land. Is it for Agatha?
Nice. It will be.
Agatha!
For the blue and gold.
If nobody on this podcast has this, you need to fucking pick it up. It's a great game.
I don't have it.
We need to pick it
okay.
up for you.
When it goes on sale, I will gift it to you.
Dude, I still need to find out if Strike Vector works on my system.
Yes, you
This
do.
is true.
And we need to set up a night where we can all test it because it is a multiplayer only.
We should just get Jerry a copy of Risk of Rain, or we should just sit down and set up a server for
I
Terraria.
think he has a copy,
I have
don't you? Yeah, I gifted it to him. I'm Santa Claus in this fucking podcast.
Don't make it sound like I asked for Strike Vector.
No, that's what I'm saying. I give.
And none of you
Oh,
bastards pay me back. Fuck y'all.
No, I don't ever ask for that. It's a gift for a
I
reason.
get this message that says, I totally forgot I had an extra copy of this. Here, I can take it.
Exactly. That's exactly what it was. That's exactly what it was for Strike Vector. I was like, oh fuck, I gotta give this to somebody. Oh, you don't own it. There you go.
I see it now. He's like, this guy. Fuck, Ian doesn't have it. He's the only guy on the damn list that doesn't have it. All right. Let me smile on my face when I type this out so it sounds like I'm being sincere.
Hey,
Here
it's at
you
least
go.
better than my where I
Thanks.
put in the send to, I put here, and then in the body I put you, and then in the signature I put go. So you have to read all three.
You know, that was kind of like, what was it? Shit, I haven't even seen if, was it Natural Selection? Or
That one that I gave you, Natural Selection 2 from the Humble Bundle.
yeah, I don't even know if that one works.
I'll be honest, I haven't even touched it.
I got a bunch of games that I bought that I haven't even touched. Like,
It's fine.
I recently bought God, what the fuck are those games called? I can't bring up Steam right now or it's going to tax my system.
No, you're kidding.
The old Warhammer 40K real-time strategy game from Relic, Dawn of War.
Dawn of War.
They
Dawn of
recently
War
had,
1 or 2.
I think it was 2.
Mm-hmm.
They recently had it on sale on Steam for like $3.50, and I was like, dude, I love those games. I'm gonna go ahead and buy it, and of course I haven't done shit with it.
I've owned it for, I think it says I've owned it for 3 years. I have yet to play it.
Wow. Well, I
Maybe
mean,
2.
well, that's a lot like half
It was a
the
Humble
games
Bundle
that I have.
sale. It was a Humble Bundle. I like the other games. I said, fuck it, I'll get them all. I don't care. It's, pay more than the minimum, which was like 8 and some change. It's not like I'm talking, I spent $30-$40 on this. I was like, shit, okay.
Yeah.
That's the evil of Humble Bundle. Yeah, that's the evil behind it, because I have literally 396 games on Steam. I have 196 installed, because I don't give a shit about the other 100 and whatever.
Ah, damn. You sound like
I know.
You sound like me.
I'm really
back
not
when
trying to
you
sound
had
cocky.
playing cards.
I'm really not.
I still have like the piles of those Marvel and DC trading cards from back in the like mid '90s.
Yeah, Fleer Ultra.
Yeah. Well, that was one of them. I mean, I think Topps even had one or something, or they
Maybe
probably
Upper
did
Deck.
Image.
I don't remember. I think Topps did do one. I forgot, but yeah, Fleer Ultra was the one that I did. Yep.
Well, Fleer, they were the guys that did the Masterpiece series.
They
right?
did.
Or was that Upper Deck?
Beautiful,
No.
beautiful art. No, they did Masterpiece.
You say it was beautiful art. I go back and
Hey.
look at my favorite characters, and to me, it looked like shit. I mean, Ghost Rider is not meant to be painted on canvas. So, I mean, I had so many of those fucking
good.
cards that I started taking the duplicates and trying to do different art with them. Like, I saw this idea at one of the comic book shops I used to go to, Bob's Comics, way back in the day. It's now a Subway. or at least last time I was over there, it was a Subway. They would do the bag and the board with the comic, no extra cost. Yeah, that's why I loved them. So they had someone that would take like I don't know if you guys remember the X-Men series of cards, but they had someone that had like multiple duplicates of one card, so they would cut them in such a way that they would make like this 3D card that took like 5 or 6 cards of that one character to make, where they cut out certain sections, and then when you looked
it was
at
a 9-piece, it was a full page, so if you put it in an actual sheet, it would actually be a full
Yep. That's exactly.
Dude, we need to.
I used to do that shit too. I would trace them out and I would cut them with an X-Acto knife, and I would try to make my own.
I like it.
Oh my god, that's fucking awesome.
See, for my birthdays back in those days, my uncle would be like, "Well, what cards are you collecting now? Is it Marvel Series 1 or 3 or something along those lines?" And he'd run down to Lone Star. Hell, I think those guys are still open. He would run down to Lone Star and buy a box of the unopened packages and just give that to me.
Yeah, see, my dad was a baseball card collector, so when we would go, he'd be like, "Those ain't fucking cards, those are fake people." I'm like, "I don't give a shit, they're my heroes." And I'm like, "Get my damn fucking pack."
Dad, don't make me cry. I look
like, it's my allowance, damn it. I did my chores for this week. I get my one pack. He's like, "Hey, never supported this shit." I'm like, "All right, whatever."
I remember the one time I bought the Spider-Man cards back when McFarlane was doing the art for Spider-Man. They did a whole card series based off of his art for it. The one time I bought a pack, I got one of the little holographic-y foil ones. I was like, "Oh, this is fucking badass!" And I could feel it in the pack because the cards were slightly longer than all the rest of the cards. So it was like, ever since then, you'd see me for a good 5 minutes feeling every pack before I opened it, because that was like the holy grail of those cards was finding the holographic card.
I would go to
like
third base in Carrollton and also bases loaded in Louisville, and that's exactly what we would do. I would ask the dude, I'd be like, "Hey, can you give me the box?" And we'd spend about 15 minutes, and we'd pick up each pack.
You kind of give him this. Can I give him this? I think heavy. Wow. Stand back. I'm busy. This is like fishing. Walk off.
I'm glad I wasn't the only weird dumbass that did that shit.
I'm surprised you guys didn't bring little digital scales with you.
No.
Oh, yeah, this
I didn't think about that.
Smart. We were
back
only
then, it wouldn't have been a digital
time.
scale. It would have been like a little fucking thing that you would have to hang on a
little weight.
Someone would look at you and be like, "Is that to measure out like grams of cocaine and shit?"
Oh, that's awesome.
Wait, to this day, I still got my my Deathstroke hologram from years ago. One of these days, I'm gonna on camera while you guys are talking. I'm just gonna sit here and thumb through them as I'm showing them off, because it took me a lot of time to get all those holograms.
You know what you should do? You should take a picture of every single one of those and put them up on the page.
Well, that's not a bad idea.
What load of paid scans I'm gonna be doing.
Yeah, right. I don't have a fucking scanner.
You can come over and see me. We'll have a beer. We'll drink. You can come see me.
Yeah, we'll load up we'll load up the YouTube channel. Let the wife watch me kill stuff.
There you go. I like your thinking, sir. Yeah. I like it immensely.
Did she watch Outlast yet?
No, I haven't shown her any of the Outlast stuff.
Oh, that's some of the best stuff.
It really is. I watched your Outlast stuff, and that was entertaining. Poor Ian running backwards. Oh my god!
Oh my god! That fucking game, dude. I am not looking forward, and I am looking forward to playing Alien Isolation, just for that same thing. It was like that. Outlast scared the fucking piss out of me. I'm not gonna lie. I still need to do my review for it. I keep talking about doing it. I got to get that video up. But
I read some people on Twitter that played a preview of Alien Isolation. They said that they will need to play on easy difficulty because they said hard is...
Oh, I ain't gonna fucking lie to you. When I played Outlast, I put it on the lowest difficulty setting, which was normal, and I'm going to do that on Alien Isolation. I'm not elite when it comes to those fucking games.
You just want to get through it.
Yeah. I'm doing it to scream and shout for everybody else's entertainment and piss myself for my own personal entertainment, which that's kind of gross, but whatever.
Well, just make sure you get a Depends on.
Yeah. I still have those, Jerry, by the way. I haven't run out yet.
That's hilarious. For his son's Baby shower, I got him to pins.
We had a diaper shower, which
That's right. Yeah.
usually the men are not involved in the baby shower, so we had a diaper shower, and he comes over and he's like, "Here you go." And I was like, "Wait, what the fuck? What the fuck are these? He's not going to be able to fit in these for at least a good 20 years."
Well, they'll be good for you on October 25th when we do the extra live stream.
There you go.
Yep.
You can just pass them out to everybody.
Not everybody, fuck it, that's mine. I gotta close out that stream with that, which means I'm gonna be like sleep deprived and exhausted as all get out, trying to play a horror game. That will probably be the most entertaining you'll see of it, because I'll either be hopped up on caffeine trying to play this game, so I'm all jittery as shit, or I'll be tired as hell to where I'm like, I don't know what's going on, and all of a sudden he'll come walking by me, oh my god, I gotta run.
So, can we get balls outside of QuakeCon?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where?
Micro Center?
They sell it at Micro Center?
They should.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Enough.
really.
Fry's-
I mean,
Fry's
let's go.
probably
Yeah,
does.
Fry's should. I know CompUSA used to back in the day. Best Buy used to when CompUSA did.
Let me get in I've got a
You
contact.
can order it from ThinkGeek.
Well, I don't want. Well, I
Yeah,
guess
that's
now
expensive.
would be the time to order it.
Yeah, get it ahead of schedule and get it cool or get it ready.
Frozen.
Frozen balls.
No.
Oh.
But see, here's the funny thing: is
Frozen.
I already have a
Micro
box.
Center and Fry's.
So I've got a Keurig in the house, right? And I've got a box of pumpkin coffee cups that I'm gonna be drinking a shit ton. I actually bought a particular coffee mug specifically for that stream to drink from. I'm not even gonna describe what it's about. You got to check into the stream to see what it is.
There you go.
But yeah, I'm gonna be hopped up on something. Halfway through it, you might see me do the old Pulp Fiction and hit myself in the heart with an adrenaline pump.
Now, see, I think what we need to do is we all need to be over at Ian's as he's finishing it up.
If that's how you guys want to do it,
You gotta jam it.
you gotta.
I gotta watch that again.
Oh my God, that's greatness.
I tell you what. Recently, I know I'm totally getting off topic here. Recently, I saw the newish 300 Rise of the Empire. And I tell you what, no sequel has ever been that good at wanting me to watch the original.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, it goes. Chunks of it go in tandem, so it's kind of one of those things where it's like, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that was better.
Mm.
Should pop this out and put that in. But then again, the chick that plays the main big bad woman in A Dame to Kill For is in that. And I tell you what, in 300 Rise of the Empire, I need to make sure that I specify that. She is hot as shit. And I mean, you guys are probably going to look at pictures of her in that movie and be like, no, she's not that hot. No, she's crazy hot. And when I mean crazy hot, I'm not talking like Denise Richards, Starship Troopers crazy hot. I'm talking fucking crazy hot. Like pull a sword out and decapitate a motherfucker right in front of you and then want to have sex. I'm talking crazy fucking hot. And that's fucking hot.
Makes me excited to see A Dame to Kill For then.
Oh, I can't wait to see that one.
So I'm gonna try to set something up so that we can do it for either my birthday weekend or something.
Well, if we have to, I need to watch the first Sin City again before we go and do that. It's been a while since I've seen it.
Yeah. Well, that's never a bad idea. See the originals and then go see the sequels.
So John, did you want to talk about anything else you've been playing?
What else?
Watch Dogs.
Yeah, I've been playing Watch
Man,
Dogs.
I love how you always just feed him his answer.
he
Like,
really
John,
does.
do you want to talk about anything else? I don't know. Star Citizen, Space Engineer, maybe.
No, I just didn't know if you had anything to add to it. I knew that you'd love it once you started it.
I mean, it's a great game. There's a lot to get into.
There is
I'm not nearly as far as where Ian is. But,
Well, keep in mind that halfway through Act 2, I stopped doing everything story-related and did everything side quest related.
See, that's what I've been doing. Is I'm only part of the way into Chapter 1, and I'm just running side missions everywhere to pick up as many skill points as I possibly can.
There is actually, I'm not going to go into too many specifics, but there are some side quests that are act locked to the point where you have to get to a certain act for
Right.
like the last.
They are, yeah.
Well, that would
most
make, I mean, that makes sense. But I'm going around trying to pick up audio
yeah.
logs, and I'm trying to pick up the cell drops,
burn
stuff like
phones.
that. Yeah, the burn phones. Yeah.
Most of them are the investigation missions that will have a drop where they will say, nope, you got to do some story missions.
Yeah,
But-
that's fine. I'll get to that
Yeah.
point, and then I'll go in. I'll jump back into the story. But I'm the type that as soon as there's side quests available, I'm just gonna run the shit
I
out of
want to
side.
know if you do all 40 of the fixer contracts.
I'm gonna try to. I did play some CTS mobile people.
Oh, yeah.
That was interesting. I actually ended up
You hacked
beating
some
both of
people?
them. Yeah, I've gotten
No,
hacked twice.
here's the thing that you need to know is because when I play, I've actually switched off the online functionality because I kind of want to just experience it as a single player thing.
Yeah.
But I'm constantly getting those CTOS. Yeah, they want to do it. It's like, is it an actual mobile person,
Yes.
or is it the
Now,
game
if you get
trying
if
to
you get-
just make me
no,
look?
no. If you get an actual mobile person, it's a person.
Because
Because
you see their
I've got
username
the
when you
mobile
finish
app.
it.
Yeah, I see you. Yeah, I've got the mobile app, and I've been running it, and I played somebody as mobile against a console base or a PC base. But I've also done situations where I've been playing on my PC, and someone mobile has come after me, and so I've played against the mobile person.
Well, the mobile is only the helicopter.
Right. It is helicopter.
That
based,
is
but there's
only
races
that
and
is only
there's
used for the mobile app.
checkpoints.
Yeah, they set
You
the
know-
traps as you're driving.
You know that reminds me of a particular story mission.
Oh, with the mobile.
You know the one I'm talking about, Scott.
Of course.
We're chasing the guy with a really badass car.
Yep.
Yeah. It was really funny because I'm sitting there doing that particular section, and one of the guys that was in my chat goes, "Is that Deadmau5 playing DJ?" I was like, "No, it's not." Because this, you know what? I'm not even going to say it, but
Don't go
I'm
into it.
not. No.
Now that I think about it, I'm like, fuck, that was Deadmau5.
My last, yeah, right. My last
I'm
stream.
sorry.
What was it?
Rip off.
Through the entire stream, I went through every E3 demonstration that they did. Like,
Oh, wow.
I did the one where you had to go into the club, but that ended totally different than how it did. at
Exactly,
E3.
didn't it?
Yeah, and then I had to do the one where, what's his name, T-Bone was in that place, and you had to try to sneak him out of there. And it was one of these things where I was like, dude, run right. And I go running in there with a gun, just shooting everybody. I was like, fuck this sneaky shit, dude. I got these bombs that I've been, like, making from the pawn shop. You know, as long as I'm in this red area, I don't give a shit.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta get this
You
fucking
become a walking terrorist, pretty much.
That's fucking hilarious.
Oh, man. I can't believe,
it's
now
a good
that I
game.
think about it, that's fucking Deadmau5 ripoff. You'll
And-
understand it once you see it later,
Oh,
John.
I'm sure.
That is, oh my god, that is.
Yeah,
I gotta know this buddy of yours. You need to give kudos to your buddy that said Deadmau5, because now that I think about it, I'm like, that is the truth right there.
Yeah, and when you sit there and you look at him, and it was one of
Yeah,
the
in the laptop.
Yep, and you see him from like this weird angle, and you're like, yeah, no, that could totally look like Deadmau5, but
Oh
no,
my god. All right,
like Deadmau5 if it was a plague doctor.
pretty much. Yeah.
All right,
Oh,
so Scott, what have you been playing? Let's
Yeah, I'll wrap it up. So I took a survey. I didn't really care. I was going to end up buying it anyway. So I bought Last of Us
what'd you take a
Remastered.
survey?
Just because I wanted to see if
anybody was gonna watch.
Love. I want to get love from people. I
I'm not
feel
gonna
so
watch
in
you,
love.
just for that.
have you streamed it since that first night? And
It's funny that you mentioned that. So I actually did try last night, Saturday night. I did actually try. I was baby watching, so I got about 30 minutes in for the stream, and then I had to stop because he was getting too scared by the screams because I was still working my way through downtown. I had turned up, of course, but I didn't think he would have woken up, and of course I'm an idiot.
Never think they're not going to wake up.
I know, that was my dumb fault.
See,
So
my kid has an addiction towards agility orbs because of when he was little. When I was playing video games, he would hear that sound. And every now and then, I'll just have that sound on my phone, and he'll start looking around like, "What's going on?" We're supposed to jump here?
So I did pick up Last of Us Remastered. I have been starting my stream, even though it's kind of taken a halt. There is parts 1 through 4 that are up on YouTube. You can go check it out. It's only about 2 hours worth. They're about 30-minute increments each. I'm doing like what Ian did because I really don't want you guys to see me fuck up as much as I did when I played it on normal. I am playing it on easy, so I'm going to try to go through this, not rush through it, but at least get you guys through the story as soon as quick as possible, so you guys can experience what I experienced on the PS3.
I got a question for you, Scott.
Yeah.
I haven't, because I was there the night that you streamed that whole thing. By the way, that first 20 minutes, dude.
Yeah, anybody, I can't, and it's always tough for me to watch it over and over again.
That first 20 minutes just kills
It doesn't matter.
So
yeah, it doesn't matter.
After that point, when it's archived on YouTube, does it still show the chat off to the side of the screen?
It does, and I didn't. So I don't know if it bothers people as much as it bothers me because I want to watch the gameplay, I want to watch it.
Well, because you weren't commentating, I think it actually makes sense that it's there, at least for those 4, because there were times, and I was going to say this to the people that just go out and watch it, every now and then his character will flicker his flashlight, and the only reason why he's doing that is to show me that he was laughing at something I typed in chat. Because he didn't have his headset on. I think he had the littlest one across his lap. Yeah, so it's one of these things where it's like he couldn't be talking and playing at the same time.
I can't believe it's out loud too, because what's funny is it actually plays that flicker sound through the fucking controller.
Oh, you mean your Wiimote?
to make you have that added. I mean, ooh, look! I turned on a flashlight. It couldn't even be played on the fucking TV. I'm like, really? You had to add that?
It comes through the stream because I'm always here. Because even the Obsidian came out and he's like, "Damn, that is the loudest flashlight I think I've ever heard."
Damn right. So I mean, and let me ask you, Ian, because I know that you do a great job of at least keeping people entertained when you record yourself, because you have the camera as well. Mm-hmm. Oh, do you recommend that I do that for this type of game, or should I just do it as full screen and just fuck it? I mean, just let everybody watch.
Well, let me ask you. So on the Xbox One, you do have the option to take the chat off of the screen, and that's why I have my laptop set up just.
Yeah, and I guess I could do that.
That's what you should do because. Okay. Now, granted, there'll be people that'll go back and watch some of my streams, and halfway through the stream, I'm sitting there playing, and all of a sudden I start doing this type of action because I'm trying to read what's going on, and then I come back and I'm reacting to what's been said, but nobody on YouTube has any idea what I'm reacting to.
Right.
So to that aspect, I believe that the chat should stay on your screen. But that chat looks like piss.
No, yeah, exactly, and I couldn't agree with you more on that. So, yeah, I'll do that. I'll remove it, and then I'll just keep it up either on my phone, on the app, or I'll just have a laptop with me. That's not that hard for me to do, so I'll just do that from now on. So I did do about 20 minutes. Like I said, I got about 20 or 30 minutes that are archived. I'll throw that up there for you guys to watch. It's not really much more after what I had just played through when I stopped the first time. I did get through that area where there's like 3 or 4 clickers, and then I start working my way up out of the warehouse or building that I'm in, the rubble. So I've been playing that, and actually I took trying to find other things to play because I do have a son that's home from school this summer, so he's been playing a lot.
You know what you should do?
Summer as well. Almost all the time.
You should do like a early evening type of thing, maybe a 1-hour stream where you and him play Lego Marvel.
See, and that's the thing. So we platinumed it, which means, if you guys don't know what platinum means, it means we've pretty much completed the game to where there's nothing else that we can do in the game. We've 100%ed it. We've unlocked everything. We've done everything there is to do in the game.
So erase the save file and start again.
Fuck that. So exactly. So what I'm going to be doing. So actually, what we wanted to do, because I told him, hold on. We made a bet during the summer that I told him, I was like, I want you to complete a game, and when I mean complete a game, I want you to do everything there is in this game. I don't want, if you want to do races and stuff like that, but I want you to focus on all the unlockable characters on the map. I said, if you can do that before you have to go back to school, I'll get Lego Movie, the video game.
That's a good game. That is
so
a
it
good
is?
game. Yeah, me and Gabe have been playing it. Now, it's one of these things. Have you seen the movie?
So I've seen the movie and I played the demo. I love the demo with the instruction booklet. I think that is badass.
Yeah. Well, now keep in mind, that it. So for those of you who may be listening or watching and haven't played the game, you need to see the movie before you play the game because it follows the movie verbatim. Well,
absolutely.
To a certain extent, verbatim. In fact, it takes it adds in, it fills in gaps with some weird stuff. So there are sections in the game where something will happen, and it's like, okay, and then during the cutscene they'll cut to the scene from the movie. There was one where something was going on. I don't want to give away specifics. Something was going on in the game where, having seen the movie, I knew that this could happen. But then when they went back to the cutscene, that thing happened, and all the main characters were shot. But yet they'd seen it 5 times while I was doing this thing. It was like, it's not the best Lego game. It is fun. It can get frustrating. If you're playing...
All Lego games could get frustrating, though. That's the problem.
If you're playing with him, there's a particular section where you have to send a single person off, and they've got to go grab something and come back to be able to let you come across and go. Did I say something?
It's funny that no, I think it's awesome that you just brought that up. So what you just said about frustrating. So as we were continuing with the playthrough of Lego Marvel, I swear I probably just need to go out and buy a fucking PS4 camera. I never wanted to, but I'm probably just going to need to do it anyway so you can see him and I play together and how we yell at each other like we're 2 brothers. We're playing, and we had to go, and it was, I think, we were trying to get a gold brick. No, we were trying to save Stan Lee. It's one of the Stan Lee rescues in the town. And I was telling him, I'm going over here to do this. Well, he's like, well, I want to come with you. I'm like, all right, fine, come over here real quick. So I tell him, he's like, I want to do it. I'm like, fine, do this. I need you to go up here. I need to hit this switch, and then I need you to do this. I need to go over here and freeze this area with Iceman. And he's just like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, damn it, just let me do it. And I'm like yelling at him. And then Jenny's in the kitchen, my wife, and she just yelled at us like my mom used to be like, would you 2 just shut up or I'm going to make you turn off that damn game for 30 minutes? I swear to God. I'm like, oh my God, it's my childhood all over again.
I got to the point where it's like, no, I need you to go there. No, I need you to go. You know what? I can select Iceman, and I'm just going to go ahead and go over there and do it.
There was just one point I just said, you know what? Drop out. And I dropped out, and he was like, but I need your help. I was like, no. And I just sat there. I was like, I'm going to watch you do it. Since you tell me you know what you want to do, you show me what you got to do to get it done. Wow. I'm an ass.
You know what?
I'm an ass.
I'm done.
Dude, John, does that
show the big old man how to play these games?
John, does that not sound like when we played Portal 2 co-op together?
Oh, that was exactly you during Portal co-op.
Oh, I could see that. I could see that on the screen. That.
Damn it!
Scott would intentionally throw a portal in some random location just to be a dick. Hey, where's that exit portal going? Into a pit.
That sounds like the guy I played Portal 2 with. And be like, okay, cool, we're cruising along. And, you know, I'm not fucking with him. All of a sudden, it's like, that's fire.
No, I just think that's awesome. Yeah, so we need to do that when we get Lego Movie. I thought about either that or Lego Hobbit or whatever, but he's not really a fan of the
Lego
Hobbit game.
Lego Movie.
Yeah, and he knows it anyway. So.
And that Hobbit game, it's just the first.
I played the demo and I was. So, what else have I been playing? Oh yeah, so just real quick on PS Plus this past week, Fez came out. I've never played it, even though I have it on Steam. Started playing that. I'm enjoying it. It's a good puzzle game. John, if you ever... Yeah, and I can see where I'm probably not going to end up finishing it either after I've unlocked all the worlds and everything, and I'm getting crazy. John, if you have it on Steam, you need to play it. It's right up your alley, dude. It is right up your alley.
I've been on Steam most of the week. I'm in fact
no, I know. I know you got Watch Dogs. It's all good. And then on Vita, I've been playing a Japanese action game called Muramasa Rebirth, which was also on Plus. Cell shaded, really beautiful. Everything's in Japanese. It's just an action platformer, side-scrolling.
Wait, that's that one where it's like a lot of hand-drawn artwork?
Absolutely. It looks a lot like Rayman Origins, if you want to compare it to that.
No. Actually, they did that first. Back on the Wii, they had a game. God, I want to say it was Masamura Blade or something along those lines. I think it was along the same series. No. Actually, they did a game back on PlayStation 2. It was the end of the PlayStation 2. It was like Orion something or other, like Cast of Orion or Spell of Orion. But that particular group did it because these were the same. Wait, no, hold on. I might be getting lost. You're going to have to correct me. These are the same guys that did that weird sorceress game where it came under fire because the sorceress had the gigantic jubblies.
You talking about Dragon's Crown?
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, you could see it, but the art style is not as revealing or voluptuous, except for one cat lady.
Voluptuous.
Yeah, one cat lady does have some big jugs, but nothing like Dragon's Crown at all. So, yeah, that's what I've been playing, developed by VanillaWare. So, VanillaWare did Grim More on PlayStation 2. Odin Sphere is what you might be referring to.
That's the one, Odin Sphere.
And then on the Wii, they did, you are correct, Muramasa the Demon Blade. Very good.
I know my shit. I know my video game shit. Yes.
So very nice. It's like I said, it's a beautiful game. I would love to see it on. I would love to see it on big screen like Dragon's Crown. Dragon's Crown looks okay on Vita because I did pick that up on Plus, but I so much prefer to play that on a bigger screen just to show off the artwork for that. So it's cool.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. You ever given any thought to buying Rogue Legacy?
No, because I have it on PC, but the only reason why I would buy it is to stream it, even though I think I can stream it on Steam. I love it, dude. So I actually did play that when I saw it release on Steam. I'm up till, I think I've died 52 times. I'm getting up there. So I've been leveling up a lot since, each time you die, you accumulate whatever you've done, and then you can upgrade with whatever coins before you go through the gate. It's awesome. It almost makes me want to get it.
I'm kind of jealous that PlayStation ended up with it. I'm really, really hoping that they will also port some type of version of it over to Xbox. Once Microsoft gets rid of that stupid what's the term, parity clause. Once they get rid of that shit, I will be happy to throw money at people to have that game on that system. That's like, and I don't mean that. Did you have anything else that you wanted to talk about? Because
no, just that there are, because it is in a group. So what the PlayStation or whatever they're doing is you can actually purchase a group of games and they'll give you some money back. So if you purchase, there's a total of 5 indie games that they're bringing out. I don't remember Swappers. I think the next one, which I haven't really looked at much about it looks like some kind of puzzle platformer.
Yeah, it actually looks really good.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, so if you buy 2, I think you get $2 or $3. If you buy 3, you get $5. I think if you buy all of them, you get $10 or whatever. Rogue Legacy was the one, and then this other one, I'm trying to look it up, so go ahead and talk real quick. I'll see if I can find it real fast.
So, just real quick, this sounds very similar to something that Microsoft used to do on their Summer of Arcade, which is where if you bought all 4 of the games, you get basically one of the games for free, or at least the last game for free, or something along those lines.
Right.
What I was getting at is, as much as I'm really getting fed up with these HD remakes and upscales for the new systems, Diablo 3 is coming out in a couple of weeks for the new systems.
Yeah.
And it will finally have Reaper of Souls. It will have the ability to play on Xbox One. I'll be able to port over my character from Xbox 360, which is fantastic because I spent a lot of time getting my Witch Doctor all sorts of twitchy and want to get him ready to, or I want to not have to go through all that again. One of the things that I think is really cool about Blizzard, they're very forward-thinking in this, is they have actually done a little bit of a service where, let's say if during the transition from old gen to new gen, or current gen, I'm sorry, you went from 360 to PlayStation 4, they're actually offering up the ability to port over your character no matter what system it's on. Now, this doesn't work for PC. It will work, as far as I'm aware, it's only working in an upward motion. So it's either from 360 to 1, 3 to 4, or cross from 360 to 4 or 3 to 1. Damn, I'm confusing the hell out of myself.
You're good.
It makes sense.
1 to 4.
But it's really cool. I'm really stoked because even on the PlayStation or on the Xbox One, it's going to run at 60 frames
and 1080.
So I'm
So I'm
stoked.
curious.
And I
So
can stream it.
you are picking it up, I assume, right?
Oh yeah, I'm a day one on that.
So you have that coming out next week.
Uh-huh.
What's going to happen 2 weeks after that when Destiny comes out?
I'm gonna buy it. No, what's
I know, but are you going to be putting Diablo 3 on the back burner and then you're going to be just playing Destiny?
Dude, Diablo 3 has been one of these games that I go back to over and over again. And I know Destiny will also be that kind of a game, but it's one of these things where, like, one of the people that I play Diablo 3 with is another one of those people, or at least two of those people that I play Diablo 3 with are the same two people I'm going to be playing Destiny with. So it's going to be one of these things where it's like, you know, what do you guys want to do tonight? Do you want to play Diablo 3 or do you want to play Destiny? So...
Yeah. So the other game, real quick, and then we can go. The other game that is coming out the same day as Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls that I'm actually interested in during this play, whatever they're calling it, which is another indie game, is called CounterSpy, which actually looks really cool. It says it's combining the spy mythology and bold aesthetics of the 1950s and 60s and set during the Cold War. CounterSpy focuses on the rogue third spy agency Counter, Counter, that keeps the world's superpowers, blah, 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 blah. Just check it out. It looks pretty cool. It's really cel-shaded. The art looks amazing. I'm into that whole cel-shaded look, just like Rogue Legacy and the Muramasa Rebirth and stuff like that. So I might be checking that out. That's all.
All right. Excellent. So, other than the fact that I need to get an Outlast review video done and up on the site, I've got my usual daily uploads of streams from YouTube, from Twitch that I'm throwing up on YouTube. You know what I mean. And these two guys down here just sent me some...
Oh, I just sent you the link to the game. Keep going.
Okay, I'm trying to. So,
Bastards.
you know, we... you know, we're slowly trying to get content out there. I've been pretty good about getting, you know, daily content out to you guys, but it's because I piecemeal the shit out. I've already got it all. It's already saved and done. It's just I'm not giving it to you except for one time a day. I think I've already done my video for the day, I think. I missed a day, I know. That's because I was drunk as hell. So we're gonna try to, you know, always have content available for you. Again, the website is superbarleybros.com. Give me a head shake, Jerry. Yes, okay, thank you. So go check out that site. Go check out our... Shut up, John. Go check out our group at was it facebook.com/group/superbarleybrothers. We now have a Twitter. It is, I believe, at superbarleybros. Give me a head shake, Jerry. Yes, okay, so feel free to give us a follow, give us anything on that. There's, you know, the email address tied to it. You can definitely email us. Tell us how much of an idiot Scott is, and that's fine. We'll be more than happy to read those on the air. And
We have actual Super Barley Bros email as well set up now.
Oh, do we?
Yes,
Okay.
we do.
Jerry,
Yes,
write it down.
all that great stuff is in the outro with link annotations in it, so it'll link you directly to all of our social media, website. The only thing I had a problem with the email address, it'll take you to the Contact Us page, but specifically it is podcast@superbarleybros.com.
See, this is why we keep Jerry around, because he keeps me straight. He's all pissed off now. He look at that little picture. I start running my mouth, and he's like, no, Ian, it is X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, all you have to say is bye-bye, and then I take care of the rest of you with the standard outro.
That's true. And you've got the extra life thing on the outro right now?
Oh, actually, no, I removed that because I didn't know if that's going to be the same page next year. Is it going to be the same page next year, Scott?
I don't know. I know my personal profile login is the same page as last year, so I would assume they would carry over a group page, but don't quote me on that.
Well, because it only happens, it's, lack of a better term, seasonal, no. Well, Ian, you can mention Extra Life. I apologize.
All right, thanks, Jerry. I
because
appreciate
that's seasonal.
I appreciate you giving me that opportunity. Keep in contact with us because in October, and there goes my voice again. In October, we're going to be doing our 24-hour stream. I think everybody agreed to 24 hours for Extra Life. We're going to be doing that. We're going to be sleep deprived. We're going to be caffeinated. We're going to be scared shitless. I'm not sure if we're going to go ahead and make it so that all four of us are going at the exact same time, or if we're going to try to off-kilter everybody so that at one point, no, what? So, okay, so all four at the same time, Jerry? Okay, so that's what Jerry wants. So that's what we'll do.
Well, if we want to take breaks at different times, we'll probably do that. But Grandma's watching my son, and I think Teresa's out of town, so
how'd you
look at you.
I will be able to do 24 hours. Yeah, so we'll probably
Man,
just
we should do a LAN thing at your house.
Nope.
Yes.
Nope.
Although here's the thing.
I'm
going to be between two groups for Extra Life, so I'm doing 12 with you guys and then 12 with another group.
Ian, or Scott, if you want to come over, you can.
Yeah. You got the lonely house, bro.
Well,
Yeah,
okay.
come
You
on
know what?
over.
That doesn't sound like a bad idea. If I can have that whole media room to myself, I'd love to set that up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're doing
Let's
this all
go.
over Jerry's house.
Yeah.
Gary, how about this? Jerry, how about I make a keg of Oktoberfest or a keg of pumpkin beer?
Okay.
Pumpkin.
See, this is when an
Pumpkin
Alienware freaking laptop would come in handy, because now I got to disconnect. I just got this new desk and my setup after QuakeCon. Now I have to deassemble it all and bring it upstairs.
Okay,
We will have
ladies and
pumpkin
gentlemen,
stack for extra life.
I do appreciate you checking us out, listening to us on iTunes or Podbean or all the other wonderful places that we're found, or checking us out on YouTube. We're going to continue this conversation offline. We don't want to waste your time with it. This will be something that we're going to set up in the next podcast. You guys will know exactly where to find us, when to find us, and if we're all going to be under the same roof doing our stream, because this is going to get real crazy.
Oh my God.
So we appreciate you. We appreciate you coming out. This has been really fun. You've heard the email address. Hit us up. We're all on the Twitters and the Facebooks and whatnots. That info has been shared with you by the great Jerry, who will put that on the intro and outro. Other than that, we do appreciate you coming out, and thank you for playing. Bye.
Thanks for tuning in. Our goal is to have video podcasts out every 2 weeks. We also put a ton of gameplay videos and occasionally do the game or movie review. Please subscribe to stay on top with the latest content. Did you like the show? Go ahead and give it a like, comment below. Check out the website. Tons of content. Not only does it have the video podcasts and reviews, but it has video game, movie, brew news that we do every week in case you missed it. And it has some more brew information from the Brewmaster. SuperBarleyBros.com. We also have a very active community on Facebook, Super Barley Bros. You can also stay in touch using our Facebook page, Twitter, Google+, YouTube, utilizing Super Barley Bros. For iTunes and Podbean, we had to use Super Barley Brothers. Got a question or comment for the group? Email us at podcast@superbarleybros.com. We also have another friend that does a podcast website as well. Head on over to Freaks and Geeks to check out his content on comics, anime, sci-fi, conventions, and cosplay.
Hey, freaky geeky, my friends.
Would you like the music? Check out Eric. He does a ton of songs that meet metal. His YouTube channel is 331eRock. Thanks for playing.